Hey guys, this is Jamie Lola Tallulah, and I am here with a video for the Not Too Shabby Shop. And if you did not know, she has a new release for the Not Too Shabby Shop. So there's 4 sets of stamps. 3 are by a different designer. I think it's Monique Cannon, and 1 set is by Jamie. So yay. With that being said, there's a hop coming, so be on the lookout for that. Also, make sure you go over to check out the shop because I believe they're all there now. And I believe there's a bundle. I'm not sure anymore, but there was going to be or is a bundle there. Also, in the description box below, there is a 10% discount. So make sure you use that. Don't go over there without getting your 10% discount. And also tell them Poet Spice sent you. And she has extended the free shipping for orders that are $35 or more. So go check all that out. So first of all, I'm going to show you the 4 new stamp sets from the Not Too Shabby Shop release. Yay! So first we have this one. Now, mine are a little dirty because I used them. So you can see we have this stamp set, which is cute. And my favorite thing out of this one is this little squirrel here and this girl. Love that. Then we have this stamp set, and it's in backwards, I think. Well, did I put it in backwards? No, I just put it up really high. So there's this one. We've got this little dog hanging onto the broomstick. This llama with the spider web is so funny. And then this little rabbit right here with her boots is just too cute, okay? Too stinking cute. Love that one. Then we have this set, and I'm not a gnome girl. I've said that more times than once, but this little gnome right here is hilariously funny. I don't know what makes him so funny to me, but it is. It might be the shape of the hat. And then I absolutely love this pumpkin. I said that in the other video. It's just something about the shape and whatever. And then she has this one, which she did have digitals of these, so I don't know if she still has them or not, but she had digitals that were either very similar or the same. So now you can get them in both, I believe. So how cute is that? So for my project today, I used this stamp set. I used this one here. I used this one because I love the little pumpkin. So I used the pumpkin. And then I'm going to show you some of the other images colored up. So let me go ahead and do that first. So I did the little rabbit ghost. And so obviously I'll be using these on future projects. And because because there's no dies, I fussy cut them. Which once I'm done, I'll go back with a black marker to make that a lot cleaner. And you can use your scan and cut. So I used a combination of my Ohuhu markers and my Spectrum Noir markers, and then some white gel pen. So there's just a few of those colored up. So funny. Oh, let me show you the llama. I did do one llama. Or alpaca, whatever it is. It's some kind of big sheep. Anyway, all right, so those are some of the images colored up. And then for my project today, I'm using this one and that one, these 2 images. I also use this Cottage Cuts wide square panel. So thank you, Joyce. Diamond dies, nesting circles, and Crafter's Companion. This says So Blessed right here. And then I used authentic paper. And is this authentic? No, my mind's eye. So these are some old pads that I had in my stash, and it's like, you might as well use them, girl. You might as well use them. So let's get started. All right, I did cut out everything ready to go. So we're just gonna do a glue it down kind of thing. All right, so I used a card base from my Crafter's Companion set. It's a 6x6, so I just cut down the paper to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I did the inside piece 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. I also took my corner rounder and rounded the corners, and I'm going to make it a tent fold card instead of sideways. And here's a tip. So if you do tint fold and you have a lot of embellishments, it kind of helps hold the card better so it doesn't tip over. So I'm just going to take some glue. I was sad because that was the last spider paper I had left. And I'm just going to center this. Now I've already done all the coloring, so there's that. On the inside, I'm just going to go ahead and take my corner rounder on the 1/8 setting. So you have a 1/8 and a 3/8. So I'm just going to take that and put that down and go ahead and open it. And put it in there. And sorry if you can hear the lawnmowers and stuff. They're doing that sort of thing outside. But people say they want more process videos, so here we go. So there's that. And because I did the coloring and all the cutting, it won't be an extremely long video. Okay. Now, I took those square dies, and what happens when it cuts, you get the wide frame and then the center part comes out. Now, since this is the inside, I want to actually be able to write on it. So I am going to do, I just changed my mind. I was going to do it all straight, but now I am not. I'm just going to put some glue on this and then set the center as a straight piece. So I'm going to line this up. Okay. And here's just a tip. It's a visual tip. Actually, if you want something to look centered, particularly when there's straight lines and so forth, if you put it just in the center, it doesn't really look as centered because it's a visual illusion thing. What you do is you just make it a little bit up or down. But I put this smack dab in the center. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset this frame, and I wasn't going to do that. I was going to make it straight, but I like that now, so there you go. Although I just dropped my glue. So that's what another thing you can do is, like, don't necessarily do everything on the straight, or, you know, this is what it's supposed to look like. Change it up. Doesn't have to stay that way. Now originally too, I was going to use some distress inks because I've got this bright white with this cream, but instead I'm not going to do that now because what I want is basically for the white to be like an accent color so that it brightens it up a bit instead of distressing it down so much, because the paper is already just has a distressed look to it, right? And so I just kind of want to make it crisp now. Now you could go through and be more specific with your measuring. I'm just going to eyeball it. Now we have something interesting on the inside, but you could still write your message. You could still put another sentiment somewhere, so forth. All right, so let's go to the front. Now, here's the image that I colored. So you can see that up close, I guess. Try to get the colors off of there. So you can see that. And I used my markers and I put some shadows so it looks like it's actually sitting on something. And then a little bit of shadow around the edge. And what I want to do is kind of play with, I'm losing some of my bits. They're gone, oh no. I want to play with, I need to size this up. So I need to make sure I have enough room for my sentiment. So I need to scoot this down just a little. And so I can keep it where I need it. I'm just going to take a pencil mark and put that. Oh, that's a terrible pencil. How am I going to write with that? I don't think I can write with that terrible pencil. What? That's not going to work. We'll just do this green little one since I have this one here. We'll just take a little mark and put it right there, so I can remember how far down I need it. So then I'm just going to take my glue, and this is the other reason why I put that frame on the inside at an angle instead of just regular, is because I knew I was going to put this frame on at an angle. And so it just kind of helps carry that design through. So then I did the same thing. I made the same frame, but with this polka dot. And as you can see, it's very vintagey. And I decided that I want the white as the accent. Okay. And so then this one, I want to make sure that I've got it the way I want it. And then, boop. Make sure it's covered over here. And then this is another reason why it's often good to use liquid glue instead of like your high-tack tape or score tape when you're doing your layers, because then you can move it over a little bit. Like there was a little bit of white sticking out over here, so I was able to scooch it. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna have to take another one because I lost my pumpkin. So then I have this. I took the diamond die circle and cut the green. Then I took the diamond die circle and the Crafter's Companion and cut the So Blessed, doubled it up. And so now I'm going to stick it here on the corner. And so do I want it So Blessed? I don't think so. I think I want it a little tilted. Right? And I also think I want it on foam tape. So I'm just going to take some of this. And this is dollar store. Got it from the dollar store. Just take this and put it all on the back. And you want to make sure that you put it relatively close. You don't have to cover every single inch, but you do want to put it relatively close so that you don't have saggy parts. So if I only put it on the edge, then this middle would sag. All right, so we're going to do that. I have to turn it over to little pop to push it down some more. Pull all these off. And you could use foam tape instead of just the foam squares. You could use kids foam, so it's not as thick. Now, when I'm doing this, I also like to go back and put a little dot or dab of glue, because sometimes foam squares, they're sticky. So then, let's come in here with this. Yay! So look at that. So there's that. The blinds in my craft room put all these little lines on there. So there's that. And then we're going to go ahead and put some pumpkins. So I took the pumpkins, colored them up from that second set, and then I also used a black marker to go around the edge so that they would have a black line instead of a white area from where I fussy cut them. Okay, so we're going to take that, and I like this lighter pumpkin in the back. Let's take it here. And then I want this pumpkin on foam square. There we go with that one. And then this one, I have a thinner foam tape. So it's not quite as thick as the other one. So I think I'm going to use that to give it a little dimension, but not to make it as high as the one in front. Which means I need some scissors. So I'm just going to take this off, put that in the back. Okay, so then we have this one. So then there is this card. And then you can put whatever sentiment you want inside. You can just write a message. And then there's that with the new Not Too Shabby. All right, thanks for watching. I shall see you guys later on. Go check out the shop and tell her I sent you. Bye-bye.